Let's see. First, I want to say, Ms. Lyles, welcome. But I want you to know, I don't have an argument with you being here. My concern with this entire process is not about selecting you. It's about how you were selected. I had no problem with the last two candidates. However, what really burns me is that the state is involved in the decision of you being here. That's what I believe. That's what I've been told. And I expect some board members to stand up and admit that the state has put their finger in this process.
That's right.
So I want you to know that no matter what I do, no matter what I say, it's not about you. And over the next 2 years and 9 months, I am going to ensure that the gang of 4 are removed from this board and never sit on this board again. And if they can consider themselves lucky if they are elected dog catcher. That's how I feel about the gang of 4, and you know who you are. I also want to say that I'm not surprised, but I am saddened at the process that has gone on even in the last couple of weeks. Maybe I should even say the last couple of days. The way the notice was published in the newspaper 1 day before this meeting. But not to worry, because I am an excellent researcher, and I am going to determine if this is your pattern or is this just something you did for this meeting. I promise you. I'm going to drill down on this entire process and assure myself, if no one else, that you either did what you were supposed to do, which I doubt seriously, or whether you were just maneuvering this entire process to get what you want done. And I do want to say this to you, Ms. Lyle. You mentioned earlier, I did hear this, something about not getting what you want. You were addressing the audience, you know, maybe that you would, I didn't hear the whole piece, and so maybe I need you to help me a little bit, but you said something about not, excuse me?
Doesn't mean that you wasn't heard.
Okay, thank you. And that just because you didn't get what you want, you weren't heard. This is not about not getting what you want. The integrity of this process is questionable. And if there's any concern about you being here, it's about the integrity of this process. You use the word transparency several times in your speech. This process was not transparent. I supported all 9 of these board members. I was a cheerleader for these board members. And the gang of 4 betrayed me. And that's where my passion comes from. And as I have said publicly in many, many, many audiences, don't let your anger stop you from democracy. Just continue to be vocal to make sure that beginning in April 2013, we get Carol Lester off the board, and in April 2014, we get Carol Harrison Arnold, Sue Mack, and Marvin Adamus off this board, because they do not deserve the privilege of having the future of 29,000 children in their hands. They are dangerous and toxic and dishonest. And they certainly do not have the right privilege to, you may not interrupt me because you are eating into my 5 minutes. You can talk later. You have no right to be managing $661 million. And you can sue me if you don't like it.
Thank you very much.
Chair,
Carol?
I would like a legal opinion as to when a member from the public says something that is libelous and slanderous. I believe
It's on the record.
Oh, yeah, I realize
Excuse
it's
me,
on the
let's not have a
record.
dialogue.
So what is the interaction that board members
Goes with the title, Carol.
can
We
be
got the right to do that.
expected to tolerate versus not tolerate? I do understand
Goes with the title.
that public, these are everybody's children, and everyone has a right and a responsibility to bring up what they feel is important to themselves. But as far as crossing the line and accusing individual people of libelous accusations, what is your opinion of that?
Well, from a legal perspective, if someone makes a statement that's libelous, they can open themselves up to a lawsuit. That's what they choose to do.
Please, I'm the first one to put my hand up. Please sue me. Please sue me. Please.
I was slandered.
Again, I would like to remind the audience of what we said earlier.
Speak to the board.
I'm speaking to the
Speak
public.
to the board.
That if you are disruptive, you will be asked to leave. We again want some decorum in here, and it's important that the public adheres to the requirements that we all have to behave in a professional manner. Anyone who's disruptive will be asked to remove.
And I'll be happy at some point to make a list of all the many things you can thank me graciously for doing for all the children here too.
Thank you, Carol. Mr. Rivera, I appreciate it if you, you can respond right to Carol, so the whole board will understand that issue. I'd like to call Paul Dellabon for you.